Tim Wegman with BIS Commodities, taking a look at the week in review. Let's take a look at the grain markets where we closed for the week. July corn closed down 11 cents on the week at 6.55. Seen Dees corn close up 25 cents on, down 25 cents on the week at 5.33. July soybeans were down 12 cents on the week at 15.16. And we see November beans close 32 cents lower at 12.98. July wheat closed 16 cents lower on the week at $6.80 in the July contract. This week featured the monthly supply and demand report from the USDA. It was a report that came with some uncertainty, as all reports do, but when it was all said and done, a fairly neutral report on beans. Corn was maybe viewed as slightly bearish. Going into the report from last month, we had a carryover of 759 million bushels from the month of May. Going into this report, we were expecting pretty much an unchanged balance sheet as far as the carryout numbers. We did see an increase of 10 million bushels up to 769 million bushels. We did decrease exports and increase imports enough to more than offset an increase in ethanol grind. Taking a look at the new crop balance sheet, the trade was looking for a reduction in acres with the possibility of a reduction in acres. That did not come forward. It looked as if the WASI decided to punt until the end of the month when we had our quarterly acreage and stocks report. So we did see the USDA lower the yield a bushel and a half an acre. So from our first balance sheet back in May, we were looking at a 2 billion bushel carryout for this upcoming crop year. We did lower to 1.95 billion bushels. Viewed slightly bearish from most in the trade. Taking a look at the soybeans, we did see an unchanged ending balance as far as carry out in the soybean balance sheet for old crop. We did increase our imports, we did increase our crush, but we did decrease exports as well. Wasn't a lot of fanfare there. Taking a look at new crop, the trade was a little concerned we could see an increase in new crop acres due to the late planting. The trade, or the WASI, decided to leave that balance sheet alone, deferring to the end of the month report as well. Taking a look at the markets, technically we're in a little bit of a downtrend in the new crop. Old crop corn July futures look to be supportive. From the fundamental side of the perspective, we're still tight. Old crop stocks, nothing has changed there. Basis levels have not backed off, are staying quite firm. Going into the end of the month and going into delivery should provide some support to the front end of these contracts. Mother Nature is going to be the ultimate decider for new crop corn and beans. As we move forward, there's going to be plenty of uncertainty as far as the late planting and yield, and how many prevent plant acres are we going to see across the nation, particularly in north central and northeast Iowa. Taking a look at the livestock markets, June cattle closed down for the week, $1.12 at 119. Very light cash trade this week. Light amount on Monday reported in Iowa at 122. Very light amount reported in Texas at 120. Cattle charts look very nervous right now, with June closing down at the very bottom end of the trading range. We do have a cattle on feed report next week. We'll keep an eye on that. Hogs are on fire. June hogs went off the board today at 102.30, up over $4 on the week and over a $5 premium to the July contract. Certainly an opportunity to make some sales or some hedges for short-term hogs in that July contract. Very profitable levels. We're looking at a very narrow range, historic range in prices between cattle and hogs. Certainly something to come into play. As far as other markets out there, take a look the energies broke out to the upside today on the charts, with crude breaking out up, as well as heating oil and RBOB. And the stock market and the equities look to close the week out here in the next few hours on an even par. If you have any questions about these or any other markets, please feel free to give us a call here at BIS Commodities at 1-800-373-2525, or check us out on the web at biscommodities.com.